Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Centric Gaming coming to you today from the Enchanted Survival server on the Performium network. Just doing a couple of quick things today in today's video. Just kind of showing you guys what I've been up to and something that I'm working on right now. And then we're going to show you where we've been at on the wall. So, as you can see, I have a lot of storage here and just a lot of things. A lot of that comes from when I go raiding unclaimed bases and stuff. And unfortunately, when I go raiding, I just end up filling up shulkers and then never doing anything with them. So as you can see, I have, a ton of shulkers here that are all full of different stuff. And so what I'm working on is building a sorting system. So you can see the first couple of parts here that I've worked on. Everything, just kind of flows down a water path and then flows into these hoppers and gets sorted out and fills up shulkers that I'm going to have down here, which will then turn on the lights as they get full so I can replace them. And we're actually going to have a few different levels to this. If we come down here, you can see I've got level 2 already built. Drop down to level 3 that I'm working on. This is where the water path for level 3 is going to be. But it's going to be kind of the same thing, fill up the shulkers and lights will turn on and go from there. It's a fairly expensive project, just because we can't build shulker or hoppers on this server, and it takes 2 hoppers per item sorted. And so as you can see, I have 3 rows. Each row is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 items. So, 3 times 17. We're looking at 49, 51 items to be able to be sorted out. Yeah, that's a lot of hoppers. That's over 100 hoppers that we're going to be using on this thing, which is really expensive because you rarely get hoppers through the supply crates. And then other than that, you have to buy them from the server using points. And that's 25,000 points for 5 hoppers. And so, it's an expensive proposition here to be able to do it. But it'll be worth it because then I won't have to worry about manually sorting it, which takes hours for me to do. I can literally just go AFK and it will sort on its own and I won't have to worry about it. So, current wall progress, as y'all knew, this keep over here was the final keep along the completed section of the wall. We have finally actually started making it across the ocean. Like I said in some of my previous videos, where the Mac has agreed to drain the ocean here at the wall portion. And so once that happens, we will actually be building the wall all the way down to the seabed down here. But just so I don't have to use a ton of potions of water breathing and potions of night vision, we're going to wait on that part until that happens, because we'll be able to complete that part fairly quickly. As you can see, we crossed this entire ocean here. Sorry about the load time. That's one of the unfortunate things about server play is that sometimes it can take a little while to load up. There's sometimes a little bit of a delay. So as you can see, we crossed the ocean. Got a little island here. And then more ocean. And right up in here, we've got another like little jungle island part. I'll probably put like a small outpost here just because, you know, I want to have gates every so often along the wall so people can get through. So I'll be putting in a gate here along with, you know, just a small itty bitty, you know, trading post area. And then coming along this way. All right, so continuing along this way, we got more of an ocean crossing. This was a fairly large ocean crossing. That's kind of why I planned to build the wall here where I did, just so that way we could actually, you know, not take up a lot of usable building land. And continue across the ocean here. We're going to change the time of the day to morning time just because it makes it easier to see. And then we have this little island here that somebody had built. It came unclaimed. I might put a trading post there just to put a trading post in. Now here, as you can see, we have a small break in the wall. The Obby King on the server, he's building a Obsidian City down that way quite a ways, but he wants to build a wall from that city to meet up with my wall here, and so that's what he's going to do. And so we're going to basically set it up to where that can happen and run the rail system down to that section or to his city there. And so we will be putting in a small little outpost here and exchange system, so that way you can choose what, you know, which way you're going to go. You can either go down to the Obby City or continue on the wall to another place. Now over here, this is where I'm going to place Kryptonia's Keep. Is up here on this mountain, I do believe. Yeah, it's going to be this mountain. I'm going to clear out the forest here and just have it kind of overlooking the ocean and along with a village down here. Just got to get with a couple of people to make that happen. Got another little build here. Let's check that out. All right, so he has been on recently. That's good. Now, one of the other players on this server, named Cheyenne Meow, he built this little house, kind of cool. Got a little villager that they trade with, and this is the 5K outpost. Just kind of a neat little interesting house that I built a path to from our actual little village over here. And we're going to actually put in a keep with a gate over here. And people will be able to trade here in this village. This is a world-generated village that I'm going to clean up a little bit, make it a little bit better, and just make it accessible to the player base. I did surround it with the wall because it's basically, as you can see here, where that sign is, and over here, it would have made the wall look really weird if I had gone around the village. Otherwise, I would have had to chop down these houses and that, you know, farm over there to make it work. And so just including it as part of the wall was a better option in my opinion. And then another ocean crossing. So ocean crossings are a little boring. I do plan on putting in some sea gates, just so people who are traveling by boat have a place to get through the wall at. You won't be able to access the upper parts of the wall, just because I'm not going to put a landing or anything else in there. We're just going to literally put the gate in. Down over here, we should be coming up onto another little village on our right-hand side. There we go. What you have here is just a little player-built village. So unfortunately, while you won't be able to go in and trade with those villagers, well, that is what this section is going to be for. This is going to be kind of like a little pit stop area. As you can see, I started building up the little wall around here. And we're basically going to build a keep up and around the wall here, with some stairs, of course, going down. And then there'll be a little small village over here for people to trade with, beds to sleep in, etc., as kind of just like a little trading post area in the middle of the ocean. And here, yes, I will probably build a landing for people to be able to dock boats on either side. Continuing on, we should be coming up onto a mesa here pretty quick. I was finally able to get a hold of Momolod. As you all saw in a prior video, he had a claim over here that was right in the middle of the wall path. He did switch that over to me, and so now we won't have to go around it or claim block him. There is one final claim. That's where that was. We're actually going to put a gate in here, along with a keep, I do believe, either on this side or this side, whichever spot I can actually make it look the best at. There is one final claim along the wall that is going to cause a break in the wall, and I will probably put a gate in on this side as well, just because of the big mountain here. Most people will probably go around it, so if I have a gate on either side with the keep kind of here in the center, it'll kind of make sense. Anyway, back to what I was saying. There is one final claim along the wall path that I have not been able to get a hold of the player. He used to play a lot on Aquatic, and ever since Aquatic shut down, we have not seen him online. Unfortunately, he does have over 5k claim blocks on the Enchanted server, so odds are it's probably not going to ever come unclaimed. That player's name is Wolfenkitten. So if anybody knows of that player or knows how to get a hold of him, just please do me a favor, ask him to sign back in and talk to me, because I really, really do need, that village that he has claimed, just so that I don't end up having to claim block it. Unfortunately, we are at a point where I will be reaching that section soonish. And so, we kind of don't want to claim block them if we can help it. But at the same time, I can't have too big of a break in the wall. I've already got one section at the very end where I have to go around a claim. And, that's already going to cause the wall not to be perfectly straight from world border to world border. Unfortunately, the players who have that claim claimed it before I had enough claim blocks to actually, claim everything for the wall. So, it is what it is. But hopefully, we can get Wolfenkitten to come back on and actually, unclaim that. So right here is currently where I'm at as far as building on the wall. As you can see, I've kind of got it broken down in sections. And we're actually not too far off from the central keep area to be able to, be halfway done with the wall. We still got quite a few keeps along this section to build, but, that's a work in progress. Very first thing that we're actually going to do, because I kept getting distracted with keeps, realized that was taking too long, is while I'll put the gates in where I want the keeps and claim the land where the keeps are going to be at, we are actually going to not work on the keeps until the wall itself is finished and we got the rail system going along the top of it, with the stairs down at each one of the gate areas. That way it can actually start being used for the transportation system for everybody. We can potentially get, hopefully, a warp put into the central keep area, so that everybody can actually start utilizing the wall for what it is intended for, which is to help players that don't have a rank or the ability to TP, way to get out into the wild, and find communities to be able to build with, villagers to trade with, etc., just to help out the player base a bit better. Just kind of a nice little feature that we're trying to build here. And we're almost to the point where I can actually ask Mac to drain the oceans. Unfortunately, we still got a few water parts here to finish crossing. Once we do that, then, we'll ask Mac to actually, drain the ocean through here. So that way we can build the underwater parts of the wall. If you remember in my prior videos, that first ocean crossing that I did, how we had all the sea lanterns underneath the water, we're actually still going to do that in the underwater parts here, just to, provide that aesthetic and visual. This one's going to be a fun one. It's kind of deep. And, just to make it look a little bit better. Goodbye. And goodbye. Managed to dodge an arrow. There's a few different spots that I'm actually thinking about putting keeps up at. Not going to show you all what those spots are until I have the land claimed. But needless to say, there's going to be quite a few areas along here for everybody to be able to trade in and trade with. So, nice little farm there. Little envoy event going on, which is probably one of the reasons why we're being a little laggy at this point. Let's change time back to day. There we go. And we should be coming up to the keep. There we go. Central keep area. So as you can see, not too much further to go as far as making it to the central keep, which is our halfway point. Once we do that, we will actually, come over here to the other side and start outlining this section of the wall and building it. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like and a subscribe. If you did watch the video all the way to the end, I did forget a couple of things at the beginning of the video. Coming up here on November 2nd, we have Extra Life, which I'll be participating in this year. I will put the link to that below in the description. You can also help support me on Patreon if you want to continue seeing these kind of videos being made. I appreciate all the support I can. I will also have that Patreon link down below. And then I will also be starting to live stream on Mixer over the next few weeks. And I'll put the link to my Mixer channel down below. But yeah, subscribe, like the videos, and have an absolutely wonderful day.